Dear Cancer, there is a sanctuary you have built around your heart, a sacred, silent place where you hold all the love you've ever given, and perhaps all the love you've been afraid to receive. For so long, you have tended to this inner world with a fierce devotion, protecting it from the harshness of life, from the tides of disappointment, and from the unpredictability of others. But a profound truth is now stirring within those walls, one that whispers that this sanctuary, once a source of safety, is beginning to feel like a beautiful, self-imposed exile. What if the greatest love, the deepest peace, and the most vibrant life you yearn for lies just outside the fortress you've so carefully constructed? What if the vulnerability you've mistaken for weakness is actually the key to unlocking everything? This is not a message of fleeting advice. It is an invitation to an emotional awakening. So before we journey deeper, I want you to anchor this intention with me. Take a quiet moment and drop this affirmation in the comments below. As a declaration to yourself and to the universe, I choose to soften the walls I have built so that true connection can find me. Stay with me, because the currents of change are moving swiftly now, and what you're about to understand will not just alter your perspective, it will shift the very ground upon which you build your future. Let's be clear, Cancer. This isn't a game of winning or losing. Life has never been that simple for a soul as deep as yours. No, for you, it has always been about something else entirely. The courage to even step onto the court. The courage to let your heart be seen, to risk being known, to play the game of life with sincerity instead of hiding in the safety of the sidelines. For too long, you have been the master of defense, protecting a fragile core that you believed could not withstand a direct hit. But that belief is dissolving. An energy is aligning now, not to give you what you want, but to help you become the person who is capable of receiving it. You've felt the stagnation, haven't you? The subtle sense that you're moving in circles, caught in an emotional loop. It's not that the world has blocked your path. It is your own deeply ingrained need for safety that has created invisible barriers. You've built a life around preventing loss, but in doing so, you may have unknowingly prevented true, expansive living. Now, those barriers are beginning to thin, to become permeable. The universe isn't just opening doors for you. It is showing you that you've had the key all along. It was never about finding a way around the obstacles. It was about realizing that the primary obstacle was a fear you carried within. A fear that to be vulnerable is to be broken, that to change is to lose control, that to receive is to be indebted. This is a time of immense transformation, but it asks something of you in return. It asks for your faith not in the universe, but in your own resilience. You may feel a powerful, almost instinctual pull to distance yourself from someone or something familiar. It could be a person, a job, a way of thinking. This distancing feels unsettling, I know. It feels like a betrayal of your loyal, nurturing nature. It feels painful because it goes against every instinct that has taught you to hold on, to mend, to keep things together. But this separation is not an act of cruelty. It is an act of profound self-preservation. You are being called to prioritize your own emotional alignment, to choose your growth over a familiar comfort that has quietly begun to suffocate you. And that person you are pulling away from, they feel it. They are likely thinking of you, perhaps suffering in the silence, unable to comprehend the shift. But you must understand this, Cancer. Your journey right now is not about them. It is about you reclaiming the parts of yourself you gave away to maintain a connection that no longer serves your soul's evolution. This is where your true power awakens. Because if you choose to speak your truth, to finally articulate the feelings you've held back for the sake of peace. You will unblock a torrent of stagnant energy. And in that release, new life will rush in. For those of you who feel alone in this, destiny is orchestrating something beautiful. A reunion may be on the horizon, but not in the way you expect. The Judgment card is surfacing, and it speaks of a powerful reckoning. A person or a situation from your past is about to reappear, not as a simple coincidence, but as a spiritual test. This is fate, delivering a mirror to your doorstep. This person represents a pattern, an old wound, a version of yourself you thought you had outgrown. Their return is not to reignite an old flame, but to show you how much you have changed. It is an opportunity to respond differently this time. Where once you might have retreated into your shell, now you can stand in your truth. Where once you might have sacrificed your needs, now you can honor them. This is your chance for closure, not with them, but with the part of yourself that was once bound by that dynamic. And as you pass this test, the wheel of fortune begins to turn rapidly and irrevocably in your favor. This isn't just luck, Cancer. It is a direct response to your inner shift. The universe is rewarding your courage. Unexpected opportunities will arise, seemingly out of nowhere. A conversation with a stranger could become a pivotal career connection. A sudden insight could unlock a creative project. This is a time to pay attention to the signs, the synchronicities, the whispers of intuition. The Page of Wands confirms this: a spark of inspiration, a new idea, a sudden proposal that may seem small at first, but holds the potential to redefine your path. Yet, there is a piece of advice woven through all of this, delivered by the gentle wisdom of the Temperance card. This journey is an alchemy of the soul. You are mixing the fire of your newfound courage with the water of your deep emotional past. You are blending the pain of what was with the hope of what can be. This process requires patience. It requires grace. You cannot rush your healing, nor can you force a flower to bloom. You must find harmony between your desire for change and your need for emotional safety. Move with intention, but do not push the river. And through it all, there is one practice that will anchor you and amplify these blessings: gratitude. Gratitude is not just a polite sentiment, it is a high-frequency energy. Be grateful for the fortress that once protected you, for it served its purpose. Be grateful for the cracks that are now appearing, for they are letting in the light. Be grateful for the fear, for it is showing you exactly where you are ready to be free. When you exist in a state of gratitude, you become a magnet for miracles. You are telling the universe, I am ready for more. Now, let's ground this energy. Your lucky numbers for this period are 61 and 44. See them not as tools for a raffle, but as symbols. 61 reduces to 7, the number of spiritual seeking and inner wisdom. 44 is a master number, a sign of building a new stable foundation, but this time, a foundation built on truth, not fear. Your color is magenta, a blend of fiery red and spiritual violet. It represents the perfect harmony of earthly action and divine wisdom. Wear it, meditate on it. Let it remind you that your power lies in bridging your heart with your spirit. You may find your mind drifting to the past. Nostalgia will rise like a soft mist, recalling old loves, old friendships, moments that felt simpler, safer. This is your heart's way of processing the farewell. Be gentle with yourself here. It is easy to romanticize the past because your memory, in its kindness, often softens the sharp edges of old pain. It remembers the warmth of the fire, but forgets the sting of the smoke. Allow yourself to feel the tenderness of these memories, but do not let them become a siren song luring you back to a shore you've already left. This is a day for reflection, yes, but not for regression. Your energy may feel lower than usual, not because something is wrong, but because so much is happening on an internal, energetic level. Your soul is undergoing a profound recalibration. It's like a computer that has been running the same outdated operating system for years and is now finally installing a massive update. The system has to shut down for a moment to integrate the new code. Do not mistake this quiet, introspective period for a setback. It is a sacred pause. It is the silence between the notes that makes the music beautiful. This is your oasis. Rest here. Let's speak of your health, Cancer, because your body is the sacred vessel holding all of this transformation. You may be experiencing headaches, a feeling of pressure. That is the tension of unexpressed emotions, of old beliefs fighting against the new truth. Your diet is not just about the food you eat. It's about what you are consuming emotionally. Are you feeding yourself thoughts of fear and self-doubt, or are you nourishing yourself with compassion and trust? If someone is nagging you to change, to follow their plan, recognize it as an external reflection of your own inner critic. Thank them for their concern, but reclaim your authority. You are the sole expert on your own well-being. Your body knows what it needs. Listen to its whispers for more water, for more movement, for more rest before they become screams. In your work, this new energy will make you shine. Your adaptability, once a defense mechanism, is now your greatest asset. Bosses and colleagues will notice a new light in you, a confidence that is quiet but unshakable. For those seeking new employment, the energy is flowing powerfully toward you. You made a greater impression than you think. They didn't just see a qualified candidate. They felt a presence, someone who listens deeply, who adapts gracefully, who brings a sense of calm strength. Opportunities will emerge from unexpected places, so remain open. Your financial world is mirroring this inner shift. The Nine of Cups is a powerful omen of emotional and material fulfillment. Abundance is flowing toward you not because you are chasing it, but because you are finally aligning with your own worth. You are realizing that your value is not tied to how much you do or how much you give. It is inherent. You are worthy of receiving simply because you exist. The Wheel of Fortune reminds you that this flow may come in. Sudden bursts, an unexpected bonus, a debt being cleared, an idea that turns into a profitable venture. Be ready to receive. Temperance advises patience. This is not a get-rich-quick scheme. It is the steady, beautiful process of building sustainable prosperity on a foundation of self-worth. Now, let us speak of the heart, your home territory, Cancer. For those in a relationship, small arguments may surface. Do not see them as signs of failure. See them as opportunities. These disagreements are pressure points, revealing where communication needs to be deeper, where vulnerability has been withheld. Use your divine gift for emotional diplomacy. Speak from your heart, not your hurt. Explain how you feel without placing blame. This is how you transform a partnership from a safe harbor into a vessel for shared growth. For the singles, you may feel that your energy is too low for courtship, that no one sees you, but you are mistaken. Your quiet, introspective glow is intensely magnetic. You are drawing in souls who are attracted not to a loud performance, but to authentic depth. That suitor you think is oblivious? They are watching, waiting for a sign that your heart is open. Don't be afraid to be seen. Post that photo. Share that thought. Do something that expresses the real you. the one hiding behind the shell. You will be surprised by who responds. Your family and friendships are being blessed by the Four of Wands. This is a time of joyful connection and stability. But it's a new kind of stability, one born of honesty, not obligation. The Judgment card urges you to address any old family wounds that may be resurfacing. It is time to heal generational patterns of silence and emotional avoidance. You can be the one to break the cycle. And your friends? The distance you feel is an illusion created by your own retreat. A true friend's love does not diminish with time or space. Reach out. They have missed your gentle heart more than you know. So, where does this leave you, dear Cancer? It leaves you standing at a threshold. Behind you is the life you crafted from a need to survive. It was strong, it was safe, and it got you this far. Honor it. But ahead of you is a life that is waiting to be created from a place of authentic desire. It is a life where your softness is your strength, where your tears are a sacred release, and where your heart is not a fragile thing to be hidden, but a radiant compass to guide you home. This is your moment of profound choice. You can no longer live in the gray area between holding on and letting go. The cosmos is urging you to choose freedom, choose truth, choose yourself. Avoid the excesses of emotional spending or sharp words that come from a place of fear. Instead, channel this intense energy into creativity, into love, into building a life that feels as good on the inside as it looks on the outside. The energy around you is a paradox. You may feel solitary, yet you are deeply connected. You may feel weary, yet you are on the cusp of your greatest breakthrough. The most negative thing you can do right now is to believe you are going backward. You are not. You are integrating. The most positive thing you can do is to embrace this sacred pause. Learn to be alone without being lonely. Find the universe that exists within you, because all change, all healing, all love begins within. It never ever starts outside. You are bidding farewell to the version of you who had to be a rock for everyone else, even while you were slowly turning to stone yourself. You are becoming someone new, someone who is no longer defined by their wounds, but by their capacity to heal. Someone who understands that true security isn't about building thicker walls, but about having the courage to live with an open heart. This is not a crisis, Cancer. It is a revelation. It is your soul, in all its lunar wisdom, finally declaring, enough. Enough of shrinking, enough of hiding, enough of waiting. Your time is now.